Very good morning, children. We are at the end of the second term syllabus. Now, today I will explain you the chapter Understanding Indian Heritage. This is the new chapter, only left chapter. So, listen very carefully what I am going to say. Now, what do you mean by heritage? Heritage means what we inherit from our forefathers, from our ancestors. It may be knowledge, it may be monuments, buildings, okay, and the languages what we speak, then the culture what we are used to, suppose to what we are using, the culture what we are inheriting. These are the things we are getting from our forefathers. That is our heritage. So it is our duty to preserve our heritage, one of the duty to preserve our heritage. So different cultures we have got different cultures, we have different types of languages in our country we speak, okay, and these all things we have got from our ancestors or forefathers, how they used to live their lifestyle in their old times, how the lifestyle was. So all things we have got as inheritance, we have got as heritage. Now the language part, if you are coming to, there are mainly 22 languages. They are recognized by our Indian constitution. Among them, Hindi is the official language. Other languages are many languages like Bengali, Assami, Urdu, Malayalam, Kannada, Tamil. Okay, so these are all many languages are there. Now Sanskrit and Tamil among them are the oldest one. They are the oldest languages. In old times, the scholars' language was Sanskrit. The scholars, they used to use the language Sanskrit. They used to write their writings in the Sanskrit form. Okay, so these two languages are very old. So if you are asked, write the name of two oldest language. So they are Sanskrit and Tamil. Next, come to the dress code. There are varieties of dress code in our country, children. Some are traditional and some are modern. In the villages, people generally follow traditional dresses, whereas in the towns and cities, people use modern dresses. And the dress code also change from place to place. Like the Kashmiri will wear firans, whereas the Bengalis in traditional place it is sari. People in the villages, people used to wear lungi. Boys are wearing pant shirt. Even kurta pajama is also dress code for the boys. And in the south, again they have different dress code. In the western side, we are having different dress code like ghagra. Okay, so every place they are having different dress code, and there are mainly traditional dresses followed up in the villages, and the modern dresses are followed up in the towns. Next come the epics. Epics are the long writings. Okay, so among them, the Ramayana is the longest epic for the Hindus. The longest Ramayana is the longest epic. It tells us the stories about the relationship and the duties that are done by the father, son, wife, brother. It is story of Lord Rama and their 4 brothers, and Sita and Hanumana, how they went to Sri Lanka, and Ravana, how they fought, Rama how fought with Ravana and got Sita back. This is the story of Ramayana, and it was written by sage Valmiki, and it was written in Sanskrit only. As I told you, the Sanskrit is the oldest language, and the scholars, the great scholars, learned men used to use the language Sanskrit as their writing script. Next comes the Mahabharata. It is also a longest epic of the Hindus. It is written by Vedvyas, and Ramayana is having 24,000 verses in it. And the Mahabharata is a story of Kauravas and Pandavas, and there was a fight between these two groups, and they were all brothers, but due to some political issues and some reasons they fought with each other. And the story also make us learn about the relationship with each other, how we should treat with our brothers or with our elders and with our younger one. So these are the epics which teach us in their own way the morals of our life, the moral values we learn from them. Next is the Panchatantra. Panchatantra is mainly animal fable. That means the story based on animals. It was written by Pandit Vishnu Sharma. Actually, there was king named King Sudarshana, and he had 3 sons, and they were not so wise, and he wanted a good teacher to whom. So one day a courtier informed about Pandit Vishnu Sharma, and he was asked to take the responsibility to make them, to train them, okay. To then Pandit Vishnu Sharma, through these stories, different kinds of animal stories, he gave the wise knowledge, and he imparted wisdom among these 3 sons. And these are the stories that they are all emerged and total together. They are kept in the storybook Panchatantra. Next is Jataka. The Jataka, it is the Buddhist literature. It deals with the previous births and previous lives of Gautam Buddha. There are nearly 550 fables in this book, and they all tells us about the stories. All the stories are related either in the form of animal stories or in the form of human. So the stories are related with all the lives of Gautam Buddha. So these are the few epics and the books, famous books, and the Jataka are the Buddhist literature. So this we have got knowledge from this chapter. Okay, thank you children.